Hi everyone, Seth Alchemist here. Thank you very much for your comments, for your subscriptions, for your likes. I truly appreciate it. Today is a reading, and it's gonna be a tarot reading about why you don't fit in. Why you don't fit in with the people around you, with your circle, with society, and what do you need to do about it. We all know that the moment you start seeing the spirit realm, connecting to it, feeling it, hearing it, you know that things cannot be the same anymore. You know that you become different. You become unique. And when things start changing around you, especially when the universe forces you to change, then it's harder and harder to fit in within your circle, within society. So, because you might be talking about the spirits you're encountering, or the things that you see, or the things that you feel, whereas your group of friends are talking about the new trends, or the new fashion, or where they want to go get drunk, or where they want to drink next week. And it is something that for you will not resonate. It will not make sense anymore. It will not sit well with you. And this thing is incremental, but it ends up taking over your life. In the beginning, you can still fit in, but as time moves on, you realize that you can't fit in, that you can't have conversations with these friends or with this circle anymore, and that you're wanting to take space from these people. But it doesn't mean that you have to replace them, because that's what most people do. They go on and replace their circle of friends with another circle that is spiritual. Having friends who are on the same level, having friends that understand what you're going through, and maybe they're also going through that as well, doesn't mean that you found the Holy Grail. It doesn't mean that you made it. It doesn't mean that problem is solved. Because the same thing is going to happen with that exact second group of friends that you found, the new one, the one that which you replaced the first one with. The same way you felt that you don't resonate with that group of friends, you're going to start feeling the same with the second group, and with the third, and the fourth, and the fifth. And it's going to keep becoming like this. Every time you try to find this group, soul family, right? That's what they call it, soul family. Every time you try to fit into some soul family group, you're gonna realize that there's nothing there. No matter how many spiritual concepts you guys agree upon, you guys agree on chakras, you guys agree on healing, you guys agree on, all of these new age things. Agreeing on something doesn't mean that you found the answers. So I'm gonna use 2 tarot decks to answer the question of why you don't fit in. So feel free to pick one of these decks, either the Hermetic one or this golden tarot deck, whichever you want. I'm gonna start with the Hermetic one, and hopefully the answers will clarify why you don't fit in and what do you need to do about it. Why don't you fit in? Why don't you fit in? You don't fit in because you don't feel at peace. Because whatever you need to unlearn, whatever you need to leave behind, you're not. Here, the Hangman, a major arcana but reversed. This means that everything that you need to leave behind, everything that you need to eradicate and annihilate from your life, you're not. You're keeping it there. Because the moment you unlearn and leave behind what doesn't serve your path, then not only you're not gonna have the need to fit in, but you will feel better. You will feel liberated. You will breathe again. And here again, because you're not at peace. You're not at peace. You can't fit in anymore, because everything that your circle, your entourage talks about and believes in, it's not who you are. So you guys are not, you're not compatible anymore. And this can happen with your partner as well. And that's actually even more dangerous, because if you're not compatible with your partner anymore, well, you can't fit in, because the universe is trying to tell you that this is the end of your cycle. It's a cycle you've been putting yourself into, and it's the end of it. It's ending here. It has to end. It has to end. And the only way for you to end it is to leave these things behind, this entourage. You have to leave it behind. You have to leave it behind. Here, the bottom of the deck, the Knight of Cups. You have to ride your wave like this knight. You see this knight riding on the horse and riding the oceans? Because he left everything behind. So he's just moving forward on his flying horse. It has wings. He left everything behind. And for you, as long as you're not leaving these things behind, you are gonna suffer. You're gonna stay in your entourage without fitting in. And that's the hardest part, is when you find yourself amongst a group of people knowing that you can't fit within them. And they're gonna feel it too. Because people sense these things. They're gonna feel it. This entourage is gonna feel it. Your friends, your partner, your co-workers, your boss, they're gonna feel it. And many of you are gonna say, well, no, I can't. It's not that easy. I have family. I have relationships. Well, you can always tone things down. Maybe take space. If you can't really cut the cord, if you can't really leave everything behind, try to take your own space from these people. Spend more time by yourself. Spend more time away from this entourage. Slowly you can work on just building these walls. Because here, the purpose here is to find out your purpose, is to build your empire and sit on your throne. You're not here to gather and mingle and, and chill and chit chat with people. That's not what you're here to do. And that's why you can't fit in anymore. You're here to build your empire and sit on your throne. Because you have work to do. You have a mission. You need to share your gift, your knowledge, your wisdom. Not with your entourage. Your entourage will never hear you. This is one thing, by the way, that I really want to bring forth for you, is that the people who are the closest to you are the ones who are going to give you the least value. Normally, not all the time. Sometimes you're going to find people who are very, very close to you and they're going to give you the most love, support, and value. Those are the ones you should keep. These people, you should keep the relation with them. You should always have them around, or have them as your best friend or your best support. Is the person who always loves you and talks to you positively and never brings you down. When you talk to them, you feel elevated. You don't feel drained. Those people that when you talk to them and then you feel drained right after speaking to them for 10 minutes, you feel like you're out of energy. Most people are going to be like that. Your entourage, usually, it's going to be like that. They're not going to congratulate you. They're not going to show support, love, or anything. And when they show it, it's in a passive-aggressive way. For example, if you have an accomplishment or if you built something and it was good and it was successful, they're going to be like, oh, cool. Oh, wow. Oh, that's good for you. Wow, congratulations, you know? And you will sense that they're not really happy for you. You will sense that they're jealous. Beware of these people. Just you shouldn't talk to them anymore. Leave them behind. No matter how much you thought that of them, no matter how much you thought that they were your best friends, leave them behind. They're not your best friends. They're not. Spirit is saying they're not. I'm here to tell you they're not. They're not your best friends. You will know when someone genuinely is happy for you. You will know it. And sometimes it will come from the least unexpected person. They're the ones who are going to be the most happy for you. So those are the ones you want to keep connection with, or you want to keep some sort of relationship with, not the others. So if you can't fit in, it's a sign that you need to leave that baggage behind. You need to leave that trash behind. I'm going to move on to the other pile. Yes, it is trash. So for the ones who picked this pile, what do we have? Why can't you fit in and what you should do about it? Oh, look, again, the hangman, but this time upright. Earlier in the other pile it was reversed. This time upright. Okay. Oh, interesting. I see. So, in your case, also 9 of Pentacles. Look at this. It's like identical to the first pile. Almost identical. The 9 of Pentacles. Earlier it was 9 of Pentacles. Now it's 9 of Pentacles. Wait a second, was it the 9 of Pentacles for the other pile or the 10? Yeah, it was 9. 9 of Pentacles, Hangman, the same as the first pile. It's interesting. It's just this time, this is upright, the 9 of Pentacles as well. And Strength card. Another 2 major arcana, the Strength card but reversed. So for you, why you can't fit in is because there's something different from the first pile here. Hangman, but upright. You have been trying to leave these people behind. For you, you're ahead of the process a little bit. You realized you can't fit in. You realize that you need to leave these people behind. You knew what needs to be done. And you started acting on that. You started leaving these people behind. You started taking some space. You started kind of cutting connection with certain friends or coworkers or whoever, people who are dragging you down. But as you're doing so, which is great, as you're doing so, and 9 here it represents the end of the cycle, like the other pile, the end of the cycle, you realize it. But as you're doing this, you're realizing that you're lacking strength to do it. You're lacking strength and you don't have enough force. You don't have enough energy to do this. You're scared. You feel like it's taking a toll on you. Like you feel like this process is draining you. You can't fit in. You're trying to leave some people behind, but you're scared and you don't have enough strength. Spirit is saying this is natural. It's natural that you feel out of strength. You feel that you're lacking strength to do this because this is one of the hardest part of transformation, is to leave things behind. You know, when I say you need to leave your entourage and friends that don't serve your path and all of this stuff, like all of this, when I say it, the reason why I say it like with such assertiveness is because I know it's hard. I know it's not an easy thing. I've done it myself in the past. I know it's not easy. It requires a lot of energy. It It requires a lot of courage. You are courageous. You've done it. You're courageous. It takes a lot of will, courage, and strength to do this. And that's why right now you're lacking strength, because you're using it all for cutting the connection. Because you know you don't fit in, because this is not serving your purpose. And not fitting in, another thing I heard, not fitting in is also draining you from your own energy. So it's two things here. This strength reversed. One, you're drained because you can't fit in. And two, you're trying to cut the connection, and that's also draining you out of energy. Because sometimes you have to explain why you're cutting the connection. Sometimes you have to lie to cut the connection. Sometimes you have to, you have to take that space to build that wall. Building a wall requires energy. You can't build a wall if you don't look for the bricks or the concrete or whatever material that you need to first get. And then you need to build the wall. And then you get a wall. A wall can be built just like that. It doesn't manifest from thin air. It requires work and energy. So that's what you're doing. You're building that wall, and it's taking away your energy. But it's something natural. You shouldn't be worried about it, because in the long run, this is going to get you peace of mind, and it's going to allow you to become who you truly are and embrace your powers and activate them. Here, Two of Wands. So this process, what you're doing, is going to give you something new. It's going to give you a new beginning. It's going to start something amazing in your life. Something with a lot of energy. Something with a lot of beautiful feelings and emotions, It's going to, after this phase have passed, you're going to feel stronger, more powerful. You can deal with other situations in your life that you didn't know how to deal with before. People are not going to treat you like a doormat anymore. People are not going to step on you anymore. Now people are going to respect you more. Because, by the way, when you distance yourself from others, they start respecting you more. That's another thing. They start giving you more respect. And they start listening to you even if you talk less. They actually listen to you, and they give more value to what you have to say. Isn't that weird and ironic? The more you take your distance, the more people respect you and listen to you. But the more you are in the group and the more you try to prove yourself, the less people listen to you and the less value they give you. It's interesting. It's energy. The more you push it, the more you don't get it. It's like chasing money, right? Or chasing anything, chasing a job, chasing a career. The more you start chasing something, you don't get it, because your energy is pushing it away. The energy you use to chase that thing, it pushes it away. That's why people who try to always prove themselves, they are given the least value, because they're always trying. The term trying hard, that's what it means. The more you try hard, the more you die hard, because you're always trying. And that energy which you are trying hard with kills the thing. And when it kills it, that's why you're not successful. If that makes sense to you. And here we have the Knight of Wands, but reversed. So this whole process, it is something that you need to just go through. It's draining you from power, from energy. It's hard, it's challenging. You need to go through it. And here at the bottom of the deck, there was this beautiful card here, which is the Ace of Cups. This is telling me that, and right underneath it, Justice, upright. So the message here from these three cards is that once you go through this process, and you have to go through it, you have to pass and go, it's just the only way for you to overcome this. Once you do so, or as you're doing so, try to find that one person, because this is ace. Ace is just one, not two, not three. Try to find that one person, maybe not from this entourage, maybe not from this group of friends. It could be your mother. It could be your brother, your sister, your sibling, someone someone who actually unconditionally loves you, someone who genuinely cares about you. Try to find them, and you know who they are. You know them, and usually it's the mother. Usually, I'm not saying all the time, but usually it's the mother. And try to open up to them, talk to them. You don't have to tell them, I'm trying to get rid of my circle, or I don't fit in anymore, and I'm not. Just get close to them. They will give you love regardless. They will love you for what you are, no matter what you're trying to do. Surround yourself with this one person, because they're going to give you the maximum support and love that you need at the moment when you are drained. They're going to give you that love and that energy. They're going to give it to you. And again, you don't need to explain yourself to them. You don't need to tell them what you're going through. Just be with them, be around them. Go do normal things with them. Go do groceries with them. Go to a cafe with them. Talk to them about normal things. And you're going to feel love without even, you're just going to feel their love just by doing normal, boring things with them. That's what Spirit is saying. This is going to help you through this process, because this is the Justice card is going to be served. Once this process is going to be, completed, you're going to get what you deserve. You're going to regain your power. You're going to regain your energy and activate who you truly are. Because you have a mission, and you need to carry on with it, because you started it in your past life and you haven't finished it. And this is what I have for you. I hope this helps. Thank you very much for watching. I hope the reading resonates with you. SafeAlchemist.com is the only place where I offer readings, sigils, spells, and many other services. Link in the description box below. My new book, How to Activate Your Powers and How to Become Who You Truly Are. It is also available at SafeAlchemist.com. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next video.